Hey there, my friends. Welcome to another juicy expose from your host, Social Celebrity Lifestyle. Today, we're diving deep into a story that's sure to blow your mind. The shocking truth behind the arrest of the one and only Sean Diddy Combs. Now, I know what you're thinking. How could the iconic music mogul, the man behind Bad Boy Records, the legend himself, get caught up in something so scandalous? Well, buckle up, because the details of this story are wilder than anything you could have imagined. For those of you who may have missed the headlines, back in 2024, Diddy found himself in some serious hot water with the law. The charges were serious: assault with a deadly weapon, battery, and making criminal threats. Yikes. But as we all know, there's often more to these celebrity scandals than meets the eye. And that's exactly what we're going to uncover today. Through exclusive interviews, never-before-seen footage, and behind-the-scenes access, we're going to peel back the layers and reveal the shocking truth about what really happened. Trust me, by the time we're done, you're going to be questioning everything you thought you knew about Diddy and this whole crazy situation. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and get ready for one wild ride. This is the story you won't want to miss. It all started on a seemingly normal day back in June 2024. Diddy was at the UCLA football practice facility, where his son, Justin Combs, was a star player on the team. By all accounts, Diddy was there to support his son and watch the team's training session. But things quickly took a turn for the worse. According to eyewitness accounts, Diddy got into a heated altercation with the team's strength and conditioning coach, Sal Alosai. The details of what sparked the argument are still murky, but reports suggest it may have been over a low-size treatment of Justin during the practice. Tempers flared, and the situation escalated rapidly. Diddy allegedly took out a kettlebell and swung it at Alosai, striking him in the head. Alosai was rushed to the hospital with serious injuries, and Diddy was promptly arrested on the scene. But here's where the story takes an unexpected twist. In the days following the incident, a different narrative began to emerge. One that painted Diddy as the victim, not the aggressor. Exclusive interviews with members of the UCLA football team, as well as security footage obtained by our team, seem to suggest that Diddy's actions were actually an act of self-defense. According to these sources, Alosai had been verbally and physically abusing Justin for weeks, and on that fateful day, he took things too far. Coach Alosai was constantly picking on Justin, singling him out and berating him in front of the whole team. One player told us, speaking on the condition of anonymity, "It was really messed up, and we all felt awful for Justin. But Alosai was the coach, so no one really felt like they could speak up." The security footage appears to corroborate this account. In the video, you can see Alosai shoving Justin and getting in his face, seemingly unprovoked. Diddy, who was watching nearby, is then seen rushing to his son's defense, grappling with Alosai before ultimately striking him with the kettlebell. Diddy was just trying to protect his son, another player told us. Alosai was the one who escalated the situation and got physical first. Diddy was just defending himself and his family. This new information cast the incident in a very different light. Instead of the hot-headed music mogul flying off the handle, it now looks like Diddy was simply a father trying to shield his child from an abusive authority figure. And if that's the case, then his actions may have been completely justified. In the aftermath of the incident, the story only got more complicated. Diddy was quickly released on $50,000 bail, but the charges against him remained serious. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office was determined to prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. However, as more details emerged, public opinion began to shift in Diddy's favor. Fans and celebrity supporters rallied around him, painting him as the victim of an unjust system. The hashtag #FreeDiddy hashtag quickly went viral, with thousands of people demanding that the charges be dropped. Even more surprisingly, Alosai's reputation began to unravel. Additional reports surfaced of his history of abusive behavior towards players, not just at UCLA, but at his previous coaching jobs as well. It seemed that Diddy's actions, while certainly extreme, may have been a last resort to protect his son from a toxic environment. Coach Alosai was known for being a real tough guy, always trying to break the players down, one former player told us. He was the kind of coach who would single you out and humiliate you in front of the whole team. It was mental and emotional abuse, pure and simple. With this new information coming to light, the case against Diddy began to crumble. Prosecutors found themselves under immense public pressure to drop the charges, or at the very least, reduce them to something more minor. But Diddy's legal team wasn't content to simply let the charges go. They went on the offensive, filing a lawsuit against UCLA and the athletic department, alleging a pattern of negligence and failure to protect student-athletes from abusive coaches. Diddy felt that he had no choice but to take action to defend his son. His attorney, Mark Garagos, told reporters, "The university had a responsibility to provide a safe and supportive environment for these young men, and they failed. Now, they're going to have to answer for that." The lawsuit sparked a massive media frenzy, with Diddy's story becoming a lightning rod for discussions about the toxic culture of college athletics. Suddenly, the focus shifted from Diddy's actions to the systemic issues that may have contributed to the incident in the first place. As the legal battle dragged on, new details continued to emerge. It was revealed that Alosi had a history of altercations with players, and that several complaints had been filed against him over the years. Yet, UCLA had consistently turned a blind eye, allowing him to keep his job and continue his abusive behavior. This wasn't just about Diddy and his son, Garagos argued in court. This was about a larger problem in college sports, where coaches are given free rein to mistreat and exploit their players. And Diddy, as a concerned parent, took a stand against that. After months of legal wrangling, the case against Diddy finally went to trial in the fall of 2024. And as the proceedings unfolded, it became clear that the tide was turning in the music mogul's favor. Witness after witness took the stand, corroborating the accounts of Alosi's abusive behavior and Diddy's actions as an act of self-defense. The security footage, which had initially seemed to incriminate Diddy, was now being used to bolster his case. When you see the full context of what was happening, it's clear that Diddy was just trying to protect his son, one of the jurors later told reporters. Alosi was the one who escalated the situation and got physical first. Diddy had every right to defend himself and his family. The prosecution, meanwhile, struggled to maintain their case. They argued that Diddy had overreacted and that his actions were disproportionate to the situation. But as more evidence came to light, their arguments began to crumble. The prosecution was grasping at straws, another juror said. They were trying to paint Diddy as this hot-headed celebrity who couldn't control himself. But the facts just didn't support that narrative. In the end, after weeks of intense deliberation, the jury reached a verdict. Not guilty on all charges. Diddy had been vindicated, and the public erupted in celebration. This is a victory not just for Diddy, but for all the student-athletes who have had to endure abuse at the hands of their coaches, Garagos told reporters outside the courthouse. The message is clear. You can't just mistreat young people and expect to get away with it. There are consequences. Diddy himself took to social media to express his gratitude, posting a heartfelt message to his fans and supporters.